This Gondorian fortress must repel the Mordorian forces or else all is lost. Hey, how's it going? My name is JackieFish and welcome to another Total War Rise of Mordor video. Today we are back on the brand new update, which I'll go ahead and link down below in the description, and this is one of the glorious custom maps right here. I believe it is called Calambel, the Siege of Calambel. I think that sounds about right. I'm probably butchering the Gondorian pronunciation, but either way, the city is glorious. This is such a epic custom map and I can't wait to have this showdown on it. It's going to be so exciting to see the forces of evil clash against this glorious white city. Obviously we have the Gondorian architecture as well, which is again just such an awesome addition. I can't wait for them to add in all different types of buildings for the other culture groups as well, so we can have such a varied Middle Earth. It's going to be epic. But welcome, today's battle is going to be one of 3. You guys have been asking for more of these custom scenario, custom map battles. So, you know, the guys who played this battle went ahead and did that. So each kind of outcome of these battles will determine how the next one goes down. So it's kind of like a story going over 3 different battles, and it'll be going back and forth, depending on who wins each engagement. So in today's battle, we obviously have the Gondorians being under siege. The Mordor armies are little compared to what they used to be. However, they have mustered an army with the support of Isengard, which I believe we can see over here. Or is this the York army? This could be, yeah, this is the York army right here. So over on the other side of things, we do have the army of Isengard. So the Yorks are kind of, you know, still mustering in Mordor, and they've kind of sent out this force to go ahead and support the invasion of Isengard and, you know, kind of just reinforce their front lines to try and, you know, beat back these Gondorian outposts, which were once great, but now they kind of are ill-garrisoned and not as strong. If they win, they will gain a dramatic foothold in the region and allowed to be able to be pushed into Gondorian land. So if the forces of evil win today, they'll be able to strike deadly and deeper into the Gondorian lands and maybe even end up at Minas Tirith towards the end. I don't know what their plans are, but I'm definitely excited to see how this one turns out. If they fail, however, they will be sent back whence they came and pushed into the dangerous lands of Rohan in order to find temporary refuge, I imagine, with Isengard. So I imagine if the forces of evil lose this battle today, they'll be coming up against probably an army of Rohirrim, probably getting ready to chase them down and repel them from their lands. Gondor obviously is attempting to hold the fortress with the scraps left over from the Dalian southern army that has come to their aid as quickly as possible. So defending the settlement will be an army of Gondorians and also a Dale kind of army that is double timed its arse down here inside the fortress. However, you know, the Gondorian outposts are, you know, not what they used to be, and they are lacking in quality as well as numbers. I mean, I say that they still have 7,000 men, but that's kind of more for the, you know, to have a good battle rather than the scenario, I guess. So yeah, and obviously if they lose, it's going to be looking pretty bad for them. So overall, it's a really awesome scenario. I can't wait to see what the other 2 battles go ahead and have in store for us. It's going to be very, very exciting. Obviously, if you guys enjoy these kind of story-driven, multiple episode battles, then be sure to drop a like and a comment down below. It's the best way to let me know that you want to see more battles like this, and it's a great way to let the guys who played this battle know that you want to see more. If they see these videos doing well, they're obviously going to try and do more of them, because they'll be like, oh wow, people really enjoy this replay. So if you have enjoyed this and you guys have been asking for it, then just go ahead and smash that like button as if you were Ninja and he just hit, you know, 7 kills on his Fortnite build grind. That's what I want to see, boys. So yeah, we can basically just get this battle started. The forces of evil will descend upon the allies defending this fortress, and one of the interesting things about this is that there's plenty of bridges. Even though we have a very sturdy wall going over both parts of the fortress, there are bridges into the settlement itself, so the forces of evil can make their way across these bridges. However, they are going to be coming up against, you know, Citadel Guard, who have given their oath that they will defend this bridge with their lives. So it's not going to be easy for them to break the defenses. But let's go ahead and just, you know, get this battle started and see what the defense has in store for the attackers. The battle is going to start with the Gondorian artillery, the trebuchets on the wall unloading, and these orc artillery pieces are going to be returning fire. I really love the way that they've managed to get these orc engineers inside the settlement and a part of the artillery crew. It's really cool. So you can see the artillery bombarding inside the settlement, and obviously the Gondorian walls doing some okay damage to them. It's going to take a couple hits to obviously bring these guys down. I say that though, but some wall has just gone down. I imagine over on this side, yeah, Isengard have obviously been a lot more successful. Oh, I wonder if they use these sappers. Oh, I really hope I didn't miss that. They have another unit right here, but they could have used these guys. We'll have to keep an eye and see what these do. Obviously, these are kind of like the explosive sappers that you see at Helm's Deep. In the old version of the game, they used to blow up like everything. They obviously nerfed them since then. I think they're just mainly used to destroy the walls. But I think for the most part, it was just the artillery right here. We have 3 pieces of artillery for Isengard ready to shell quite a few holes. And now the siege towers are going to be advancing in. We got the heavily armored Uruks leading the battering ram. It'd be so cool if they could form a testudo as well as they advance through this battering ram. That would be really cool. A few arrows going off. It seems like all the trebuchets as well on the walls have been destroyed right here, which is obviously pretty bad. The Gondor bow militia are quickly mustering up here though. Quickly to the walls, men! And they'll be obviously shooting down onto this orc rabble that is advancing. Notch your bows, boys! And there you go. They are shooting away at this orc rabble, which is basically just an advanced force to absorb ammunition and harass the front line. We do have some axemen out here, the hillmen charging in, and they're going to meet the orc rabble on the front lines with the cover of their team up on the walls. You can see that them walls are being bombarded pretty heavily. I mean, the orc rabble should be wiped away, of course, but still, you know, it's good to throw them up. It's good to use that as a harassment force. And that's what I feel like players use the orc rabble exactly how they should be used in these battles. They use them as a force just to tire out your opponent, absorb arrow fire, and basically just act as a nuisance because they're going to get broken away fairly easily. And it's this trebuchet going to fire. That's why I've kind of stopped here. Well, we also have a bit of an engagement over here as well, yeah, as more orc rabble do come up. There we go. I love seeing the trebuchet fire. It's so nice. It really reminds me of obviously Minas Tirith. It'd be cool if they could shoot bigger boulders though. I mean, if that was a pretty big boulder, hitting a direct hit on the Uruk Throng as well. That's going to send these heavily armored Uruks back a little bit out of artillery range probably. That does a lot of damage. There you go. The orc rabble has been repelled, but there has been a few breaches being created. The Dalians are going to have to fight for their lives very soon as the Isengard men have advanced forward. And we do have some of the heavy shipman infantry. So I think these guys, in my past couple replays, I have kind of classed these men right here as being like kind of like mid-tier infantry. But I think they've kind of been upgraded to being a lot stronger than they were in previous patches. Also, I'm just going to turn my music up a little bit because it seems kind of quiet for me. So let's just turn up the music just a tad.
The enemy have rallied their units.
We want that epic background music. The battering rams are going to be up here. Oh, sorry, the siege towers are going to be up here. And I think that's going to be, you know, kind of a good idea for the Vineland Yard Patrol to retreat because we do have berserkers. Well, we have some sappers here as well. What's going to happen? There we go, kaboom! And there you go. A breach has been created by the sappers. I'm glad we got to see what they did. Did you see all the arrows in them as well? As the Vineland archers tried to bring them down, but just couldn't. And they blew themselves up, and immediately we're going to have the White Hand Stormers doing what they do best. Storm the positions and the breaches. Shipmen are quickly coming over to defend the breach. The gate itself has been taken down as well. The archers are firing. Oh my god, man. That looks so epic. Look at that testudo. Boys, make sure you hit that like button because that is just so epic. Look at that with the White Hand Stormers. That is so cool. The artillery coming in as well and the shipmen descending upon them. Man, that is such an epic part of the battle right there. That really is. With the arrows coming in as well. That's sick, man. How's the fighting over on the other side? Still not kind of a major engagement. The Axemen are repelling the main forces kind of nicely as the artillery continues to bombard. Seems like more of the Orc rabble have been pushed back there as well. So this is going to be our main fighting right here. And I'm not sure if this some guy mentioned, but at the beginning of the battle, the force of the defenders were heavily outnumbered in this one by about 2,000 men, just under 2,000 men. But they do have the defenses, so, you know, I guess it's probably in favor of the attackers, but the defenders obviously can definitely come out on top. More of the orcs coming flying, or orcs coming flying through now. Now, obviously, what would be really smart if Isengard can do it is trying to get their archers up on the wall to fire down upon their opponents. You know, whether they can just get back on these siege towers and bring them forward, it's always a really smart move. With a unit of berserkers moving up as well, ready to breach the enemy shield walls. So they're going to be flying into the city. Definitely looking to create some carnage, that is for sure. We'll jump over and take a look at this far right-hand side. So what are they using? Yeah, so we do only have some spearmen, but we're in a shield wall, and they've kind of bulked up pretty heavily. And they're only going up against, you know, vassal Hadron swords, so these guys are very lightly armoured and probably not going to cause them too many issues, especially in the shield. What they really need is like a big contingent of archers, maybe, to break this, or maybe just to focus the artillery wouldn't be a bad idea. Because if they break this defense, then they can really get in behind the defenses and kind of support their wall attack on both sides. But, you know, again, you know, the Gondorians and Dale, you know, realize the strategic value of these bridges, so they're not giving them up lightly. I think Isengard are probably going to have a bit more success as they are advancing forward more of their men. They just got some of the, like, medium tier Uruk infantry right here. So they're going to be trying to push forward. Obviously coming up against Citadel Guard, but the Citadel Guard aren't the entire width of the bridge, so I kind of feel like Isengard are going to be able to kind of envelop them and kind of remove that shield bonus from attacking them from the side. We'll have to see how that one does play out. How are Isengard doing? So they've managed to bring their artillery a lot closer inside the city, along with a lot of their crossbows as well. So these archers and crossbows are going to be able to rain arrow fire down on their opponents. The artillery is coming in, and oh, that was a big direct hit there. Actually only killing one soldier, wow. I would have assumed that would have killed a lot more. But yeah, more infantry turning up to the fight now, and the Uruks are running through these white streets. Do the shipmen have javelin throws? I guess they do. It's a really cool javelin as well. It's more like a spear than anything else, but either way, it looks cool. I love their sword guards as well. Like, look at that right there. I'm sure we can see it, but I love their sword sheath. That looks really cool for the shipmen. You can see the heavy fighting now between both sides. I feel like Isengard, with their crossbows coming up, are going to be in a very good way. But again, a lot of the streets, you know, we do have some of the Bardings right here. Very effective unit. Probably one of the best archers. It probably is the best archer unit in the game. And if these guys start unloading over there, they're going to be doing a lot of damage. The artillery continues just to shell the city. This is brutal. And I think our first assault has now occurred. The Orc warriors making their way onto the walls. And they're going to be met by some Gondor bow militia and men-at-arms. So the Orcs are flying forward. Their legions have been sent forth. And now with this assault, they are going to be bringing up their battering rams, some cavalry, probably just to pour through the breaches. The Gondorians are obviously defending it pretty well. They've got some of their more hillmen up here, and the hillmen are covered by archers. That's kind of one of the strengths by them that they have. You know, they can't push up the siege towers, or we're going to get a cavalry charge. Oh, that was brutal. That really, really was. I mean, the problem is, right, they can't push up their siege towers until this position has been cleared out. But they can't go forward because they've got loads of archers on the wall, so the archers are covering this defense. So it's a really good strategy for the Gondorians. And it's forcing them to commit their cavalry, which could be, you know, so useful elsewhere. They're going to be charging forward onto the sword militia. Again, probably doing pretty decent damage, but they're going to get bogged down, and they've basically sent this cavalry to be killed. And now more units are having to be committed. Obviously, they don't want this battering ram up. That's going to allow this siege tower to move up, and I think they're actually going to commit back maybe behind the walls. We'll have to see how this does develop. But Mordor are being very kind of reserved with their infantry right now. They don't want to commit everything until they've kind of got these battering rams and these siege towers up forward. And until their artillery is really used up. And it's not a bad idea, obviously. You're wasting ammunition from these bowmen who are just covering this breach. Looking very cool. And the thing is as well is that this assault over on this right hand side is kind of being very disjointed with the Mordor support assault. So as you can see, a lot of these, quite a few of the Gondorian reserves are now being committed over to this side. Which is pretty interesting because, you know, they could be really used over on the other side. So, you know, if Gondor calls for aid, the Gondor's reserves might not be able to aid them because they're too busy defending this Dalian side. They've also brought up some archers as well. Not a bad idea to try and clear out the Citadel Guard up there. You can see the arrows going in. The Citadel Guard will have a pretty good, you know, defensive testudo there to repel these arrows, but eventually they will start to rack up kills. I mean, they haven't killed anyone yet, but I imagine, you know, over time they'll slowly bring them down. You know, all we have to do is kind of break that formation once or twice. As well as that, it might not even be necessary really to go after this bridge, because they're breaking this, and if they take control of this bridge from inside the settlement, you can basically stop any of the other soldiers from retreating through there. So you can basically just form a testudo right here and keep on going. Dale are having to commit more men here, but the Berserkers, how many kills are they on? Only 100 kills so far on the Berserkers. That's very good considering we've only lost 7 warriors. And here they go, the Berserkers moving in once again through the streets into the shipmen who have just formed a shield wall. An arrow volley comes in, littering the dead of Berserkers, taking down their numbers, but it's a little bit too late. I think these Bardings are going to try and get around the flank, which is a very good strategy because obviously the Berserkers have no armor whatsoever, and 1 or 2 volleys from these Bardings will completely annihilate them. And it seems like the archer unit is going to get involved. The White Hand Stormers are moving forward though to try and bring them down, but I think they're going to get a volley or 2 off. Oh yeah, there you go. The arrows are just flourishing in, finding their mark left, right and center. The White Hand Stormers is just going to be a little bit too late, even though the Berserkers are doing a good job. They only lost about 20 men there, and they are definitely killing more. Some of the Gondorian sword infantry are now having to advance forward to go ahead and fill this gap. I mean, now would be the perfect time to catch this White Hand Stormer unit and envelop it and just wipe it off. If I was them, yeah, I was going to say, if I was the Gondorians, I would charge in right now. This White Hand Stormer unit is kind of by itself. And now that they've caught it, that's perfect. And they've got more Bardings around the side. This is a really nice trap here. And it seems like Isengard just have not got enough men to really commit to this position.
This is a shameful display.
The Advanced power is shifting away from them, though. Even though the numbers have kind of gone down. Yeah, I mean, either way, even if they catch this unit of marksmen, like, they're going to be enveloped, and that's a valuable unit being repelled. The siege towers have also made their way to the wall, and we've got some heavy orcs making their way in. The orc pillagers, obviously, this is kind of what the orc pillagers live for, pillaging cities. But not only that, is this close kind of quarter wall fighting, that huge axe that can just do so much damage. And again, I'm a big fan of these variations that the orcs have. You know, they're not uniform like the Gondorians. A lot of their weapons are going to be different. I think there's only 2 variations right now, but that's awesome. I really hope they do more of this with the orc units. You know, different helmets, different armor. It's really cool. I believe even like the Uruk Throng, who are kind of like a more uniformed elite top tier unit, I think even they have like different weapons and stuff being equipped. So more of the axes coming in. I think they're going to just clear the hell out of these walls. More archers though. Bring down the horses. The arrow fire, cross-firing. That's really cool seeing the arrows come over. And yeah, this poor unit of sword militia not going to stand a chance on the open field against, you know, heavy lancer cavalry. They're going to be broken. There is a lot of fighting over here. Oh, but we do have Uruk Throng being committed to the fight. So some really strong infantry for the Uruks. And I actually recently saw on the forums as well, I think they might be trying to add like the Eye of Sauron onto armor and stuff, which I think would be really cool. Much like Isengard has the White Hand. They're going to be adding in like Mordor sigil and stuff. Hopefully just all over these armor piercers, on the shields, on the armor. I think that'd look really cool. and kind of make the Uruks seem a little bit more evil. I'd be a big fan of that for sure. And you can just see the orcs just literally piling in up there from that siege tower as this fight does continue on. Yeah, I think the walls are lost for sure. Oh man, there is no escape whatsoever. These men, I mean, they could actually just run down these stairs right here. But for the most part, these infantrymen are stuck on the wall and they will fight to the end. But it looks really cool as well, having that broken down trebuchet there as well. Yeah, the Uruks are cutting them down on the wall. The Gondorians are not going down without a fight. You can see a few Uruks falling, or orcs falling, as they move forward. Even though this city has been, turned into ruins. I love this archers. This is one of the things from the Return of the King, which I always loved seeing, throughout the battle, is even when the first layer of the city had been broken down, the men up the top of the gatehouse were still shooting away in the movie. It's something that just always stood out to me, and I was like, man, that was sick. Especially in the extended edition as well, when you see the piles of bodies kind of, going up and up as these soldiers just slaughter wave after wave of orc until they bring up, obviously, Grom to smash down the gate. But it's crazy. The extended editions, the bodies are literally like piling up as they continue to try and smash down the enchanted gates of Gondor. The Gondorians have fallen back a little bit, and obviously they're going to be kind of giving a bit of supporting fire up to the walls. How are we doing on this right-hand side as well? The ranks are just not going to fall, I don't think, and I think Mordor have just given up and trying to break through this side. There's just no need, I don't think, especially now that they've had so much success over here. I say that though, but there's not really that many Isengard units left. They have clashed against the Citadel Guard, but again, the Citadel Guard are probably one of the best Gondorian units in the game. Especially in like a shield wall like they are. So I think it might have been a better idea just to kind of retreat back and go through the breaches, because breaking this was just going to be very hard. I mean, for the most part, the Isengard have managed to secure the walls themselves, but they've taken a lot of casualties. But again, it doesn't really look like Dale has much left either. This obviously was kind of a rushed vanguard force to get to the fortress when Gondor called for aid. So, this isn't like this is supposed to be an elite Dale army. And you can kind of see their numbers are dropping as more and more Isengard forces move forward, and they are making pretty good progress, especially this unit of Berserkers. Is it the same unit of Berserkers? I'm not sure if it is, but up to 208 kills, and they are cutting down the routing Gondorians. Yeah, they really try and bring down these Berserkers because they are doing a lot of damage. Got a pretty big kind of connection of units right here, but they're getting hammered. Yeah, the Fountain Guard are just getting peppered by missile fire. We're going to have another Uruk charge right here against the Gondorian shield walls. They kind of push and pull back. Yeah, this is going to be pretty bad. The Gondorians might actually just have to go in and full on retreat soon, or at least the Men of Dale, because if they break through this part of the wall, they can completely cut off a retreat to the city centre. Also, look how cool this is as well. The final stand right here is under these columns. So cool. Even though that's Latin, but we'll ignore that for now. It looks cool. It looks really cool.
Our men are breaking off.
Yeah, so even though the Gondorians are holding the wall for now, I mean, it's only a matter of time. I mean, there's just so many orcs left remaining. Look, that's a huge force still outside the city. Some cavalry have been committed, though. We do have the Gondorian cavalry, and I think I saw, yeah, you have some cavalry over here as well, rushing back inside of the city. So the Gondorian cavalry is retreating back. Yeah, I feel like it's only a matter of time until they get completely enveloped from the other side. If they're not careful. I think it'd be a good idea now to kind of retreat back this infantry inside the settlement. I feel like there's no point holding this outside. You just want your men. This is 2 units of archers, or 2 units of spearmen, a unit of archers, and a unit of javelinmen as well. And obviously a unit of cavalry over here as well. I think it is time to retreat back inside, because this position is falling. And if this place falls, then yeah, things will not be looking good for the Gondorian defense. 268 kills now. Fountain Guard, though, are now here with their long pikes. So they're going to be able to do a lot of damage at range. But, you know, all the archer fire is going to be, you know, trained at this position with crossbows of the Uruks. All of that stuff is going to be looking to bring these guys down. Isengard are now committing some of their out-of-ammunition Uruk bowmen as well. Yeah, I mean, Isengard are running out of men, that is for sure. But I feel like Mordor just have so many men left. But then again, Gondor have a good position right here as well. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. This battle is close. It's obviously still in favor of the evil forces, but I think this battle is very much on a knife edge. And I think it's going to come down to what side can, like, can Dale and the Gondor reserves repel Isengard and beat them? Because I think if that right-hand side falls and this defense of the walls gets enveloped, then obviously they're going to have no way of winning. So we'll just have to see. I mean, there is a bit of Gondor cavalry laying around as well, as the streets obviously get, you know, more and more bloodied. Yeah, just as you can see, like, there's just a lot of Mordor units left, and a lot of bowmen as well. And these bowmen are fresh. 5 units, 6 units of basically fresh bowmen. That can do a lot of damage. It does seem like, for the most part, that the Gondorians held this wall. Obviously, the York pillagers are now, this is like what remains of them, but yeah, for the most part, they did a very good job at holding that wall. I imagine it was mainly down to the archer fire coming in, more than anything else. More destruction. This defense of the walls is going to go down soon. I say that, but they're picking up a good fight. And this is only Orc warriors, so not really super strong infantry.
Enemy units have been rallied.
But I think their numbers will eventually just overwhelm these defenses. And we've also got some more Uruk Throng coming up to finish these guys off. And that will kind of give them the gateway into the city. How are Isengard doing? Isengard are actually being repelled with the Gondorian reserves coming in. That's coming up huge right there. It doesn't seem like much can happen there. Oh, and we have some cavalry roaming the city, the Swan Knights. And they're going to come in massive right here, rear charging into the back of these Uruk bowmen. This is so big, because this is taking away the missile superiority that the evil factions had. And I really like the effort, how they're really focusing a large portion of their efforts on killing Isengard. Because if they kill Isengard, they can turn all their attention to fighting Mordor. This vanguard support right here can really start to come in. You can see actually that they formed up a defense at the bridge to repel anyone from coming in. I don't know, this is starting to look pretty good for Gondor, I would say. Balance of power has kind of shifted back into the middle now as well. The Swan Knights using their heavy horses just to break the ranks of these kind of lightly ill-trained bowmen. Yeah, and obviously you have the defense here, Gondorian shield wall supported by the Fountain Guard.
Reclaim the gates! Forward!
The gates have been reclaimed apparently. Nice. And these bowmen are still shooting. Look at that. Oh, maybe they're holding ammunition for now. Only 52 kills. Oh no, the battering ram is up though. Grom. 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 I love the gates in Rise of Mordor as well. It's so awesome. The Gondorian architecture is so good. This gate will be getting smashed through though.
Men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
Oh, the gates are just opening. What the hell? Do they take them? Why did the gates open? I can't believe as well, this is still a bug in Three Kingdoms. I don't understand how they still haven't fixed stuff like this in Total War. It's literally been a problem since Rome Total War. And it's still a problem now. So silly. The gates have been destroyed though, yeah. So it's going to open up another avenue for them to pour through. Got the lightly armoured orcs in the front line, supported by the heavy Uruk throng back there. Very nice indeed. Yeah, the gates have been overwhelmed. They do have 2 units in reserve and just a lot of bowmen. These bowmen have been turned over here though. Yeah, I think that's a very good idea to try and bring the bowmen over to soften up this assault. Or at least guard it, to say the least. So the cavalry, I think, have been killed now. Yeah, the cavalry have been killed now. They still have the horses left to send. I think this position of the battlefield very much has been at least held down by Gondor. I don't think we're going to win like a crushing victory in this part of the city, but they're going to survive. And that's the most important thing. They still have bowmen. Their numbers are dwindling. But they still have reserves, extra cavalry to send in if they need to. Got a cool little fight going on here as well. The lone Uruk and the lone Gondorian soldier. Place your bets right now. We are also using a Return to Glory mod on the workshop that adds in a bunch of animations as well. So hopefully we'll see like a brand new kill animation or something. Even though we've just seen the same animation like 3 times. Come on, show me something pretty. Show me like legs and arms going up. There you go, that's a kind of cool one. Come on, one of you guys finish each other off. They've just made it even harder now. Some boys are going to help out. The Dale's infantry are going to help out. Yeah, this poor orc. This was a 1v1 and now he is absolutely screwed. He is doing a decent job at surviving. God, can he just die already? Like, seriously. Oh my god, he's just not gonna die. That's insane. How is he still alive? We've been watching him for like a good minute of the battle. And I at this point, I feel like I just don't want to look away because we've already spent so much time here. Okay, whatever. One more animation. One more animation. Nope, it's just not going to happen, guys. We will never know who wins this battle. Because it's just a never-ending battle, literally. Literally, oh my, it's actually frustrating me just looking at it now. The Gondorians are actually rallying outside of their defensive formation, looking to go ahead and crush the Uruk-hai on this left-hand side. So after the Gondorians sallied out, they've also got a contingent of cavalry, a regiment of cavalry right here, moving around while the Dalemen have a regiment of cavalry. And this is probably going to turn the tide of this battle from being like super close just to straight up in the favor of the defenders, because they can just rally across the bridge, smash through these archers, and then just continue to rear charge. The only thing that the Isengard really have left now is going to be this unit of White Hand Stormers. And yeah, you can see them rear charging with the support of the bowmen as well. This side is definitely one now of that cavalry. The Dalian general going to be huge. However, there are breaches being made on the Mordor side, so this battle is definitely not over yet as they pour rank after rank through these walls. These bowmen are back to shooting now as well, though, as we have the last couple contingents. There's just, again, a lot of bowmen left for Mordor. And I think that, that has a very good chance of winning them this battle. Because these bowmen can just fire and fire and fire. I mean, I don't know. The Gondorians have so much inside of defense. They really just need to clear these walls out, which they've been struggling to do so far. Does seem like a Gondorian sword militia unit, though, or bow militia unit, has been caught on the walls. That's going to obviously give a huge advantage over to the Uruks, as they slice through these guys with ease. And that's once again going to give more of the bow advantage over to them. But with the help of the javelins, though, from the Marines, they've managed to clear these Uruks, and yeah, their numbers are dropping. The banter power is very much in favour of the Gondorians and the Dalians, and obviously with support as well, their cavalry have actually managed to break the forces of Isengard right here. The Citadel Guard are still holding. Yeah, I definitely feel like, you know, maybe abandoning this assault probably was the smartest idea earlier on in the battle. But there's just no way you're ever going to dislodge this unit of Uruks, of Citadel Guard. Maybe kind of using artillery to break this probably would have been the best plan of action. Because this has literally been going on for like a good 30 minutes now. And the Citadel Guard are just holding firm up to only 113 kills, but they've just, you know, they've just held a massive head job. The Uruk General has formed up now, defending itself up against the mountain. If I was them, I would have fled this battlefield a long time ago. They will make their stand right here. So good for them. And the Gondorian sword infantry are looking out for blood, though. The Fountain Guard slowly closing in as well with their long pikes. So this side is at least completely broken. Isengard are no more. This unit of cavalry could quite easily just come around the back and kill them on the bridge if they wanted to. So now, I guess our main quest right here is, can they hold? The Gondorians are just sallying out of the fortress. Wow, what an ending. They used their river force to actually make their way across the bridge, and now they're looking to completely hit these guys. And now the Uruks are just rushing up on the wall to prevent this force from hitting them. This is a really nice move. Seeing that victory was so close at hand, the Gondorians have just completely sallied out, obviously to nullify the archer advantage that Mordor have. You know, they have a lot of these bowmen, they don't have much infantry. And the Gondorians also have a lot of cavalry as well, which they want to obviously use to their advantage. Really smart move here, as the cavalry just, you know, wreak mayhem outside of the settlement. It's seeming so far, though, like the fortress of Calambel is going to hold, and this is going to send the Mordor forces into Rohan, looking for refuge to regroup. I don't know. I feel like the Rohirrim are going to have something to say about that. Yeah, the spearmen are engaged here as well now, up against the bowmen. That's going to be so effective, that really is.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Shameful display, you say? Whereabouts is this? Yeah, I mean, they are actually failing to break the White Hand Storm. White Hand Stormers haven't lost a single Uruk left yet. That's kind of crazy. And they're actually going to probably win this engagement, I'm not going to lie. So maybe I spoke too soon. I feel like I haven't, though. I feel like there's not really much I can do here. We do have some orcs running through the city. They are going to be met by some of the heavy axemen of Gondor. And their rampage throughout the city, I think, is going to be stopped right here. This is exactly the type of unit the axemen is meant to be designed to fight this heavily armoured Uruk. And I believe they're also supported as well. They have another unit of, you know, Gondor spear infantry as well, ready to be thrown in when their time calls it. But actually managed to get some bowmen up on here. Have a reserve, so we still actually do have a unit of Citadel Guard back in the city as well. Yet to be called out to fight. And wow, look at this unit of Citadel Guard. It's actually breaking the Uruks on that left-hand side. That is crazy. I mean, I feel like both sides are going to be badly bloodied, but I just don't really see the way, you know, especially with that sally out assault, which was really smart of the defensive players. I just don't think there's anything really the evil factions can do right now. I think all hope is lost. And it's only a matter of time until their command structure just breaks down completely.
Running for their lives.
Even if the White Hand Stormers refuse to break. Up to 118 kills right now. I assume this cavalry isn't going to try and fight them, right? Oh, this is also a really nice position right here. They should have done this a lot sooner. Covering that bridge by this bridge, that's a really smart idea. Obviously, it probably leaves you really vulnerable to archer fire from this side of the battlefield, but still, that was a really nice kind of crossfire right there. And there you go, yeah, the cavalry is going to make its way outside the city, hit into the back of these guys so you can bring the units still guard in. The archers are being slowly cut down. Cavalry having an absolute field day outside the settlement, they really are. Get a nice little shot like that. So you can see the city in the background. I mean, this fortress has been ruined. It's going to take months, if not years, to rebuild this to its full strength. So even though this was kind of a defeat for Mordor, they've definitely inflicted a large amount of damage to the settlement in this fortress. Not that they're going to be able to capitalize on it because they've been repelled back into Rohan, but even still, this is going to cost, men and resources, not only to refill the garrison, but to repair the breaches and the destroyed towers. It's going to be costly. So right now, I think the forces of Gondor need to collapse in and kill this general. Cut the head off the snake, as it were. Who the hell still has artillery as well? Sorry? Who has artillery still left remaining? Oh, up here. They'll still have a contingent of artillery pieces. Which they're shooting in, I guess, at the Uruk general. We also have a position out here. The numbers are going down very fast though for Mordor, and they only have 900 left. Even though they are very good units, it's just not going to be enough whatsoever. So we can take this time just to take a look at the fortress now. I mean, look at the bodies. The archer fire, the vanguard defense outside the settlement really took its toll on the Uruk line. And I think it really just delayed them so much that it meant that they could focus a lot of their effort on killing Isengard over on this left-hand side. Maybe if they attacked it all at once, you would have had a much more effective assault. But, I've seen sometimes scattering your assault working really well and also timing your assault really well. So, I mean, who knows what the outcome would have been in this battle with White Hand Stormers as well. Still up there, still victorious, 5 Uruks down. If I was them, I'd use this time to get the hell out of here. They've paid their dues, they've fought bravely. I guess maybe they can't return to Saruman if they are, losing the battle. So we'll just triple speed through the last engagements here. As the Uruk generals go down, the cavalry roams around, but the city has held. So yeah, as I said, this now means that they've been pushed back into Rohan. So part 2 of this battle, I imagine, will be coming out over the next couple days, maybe towards the end of next week. And if you obviously don't want to miss that, then be sure to go ahead and drop a subscription and obviously hit that bell notification. Without that bell notification, you just don't get notified on my videos. It's kind of how YouTube works now. It's sad, but that's the way. So if you are subscribed already, make sure you hit that bell notification if you want to see more epic Lord of the Rings custom map battles like this. I mean, this is one hell of a map, and it's been one hell of a battle as well. But alas, the forces of Mordor were not victorious. So I'm excited to see what happens next. Obviously, I imagine Rohan are going to be probably engaging the orcs some way or another. But yeah, I wonder what's going to happen. Maybe they're going to march on Helm's Deep. Who knows? Maybe it'll be like a land battle and we'll see the Rohirrim in all its glory. We'll have to find out. But there we go. So taking a look at the kills here, you can see the Gondorian defenders, like this random unit of men-at-arms doing over 300 kills, which is not bad. Their javelins doing a serious damage. Their cavalry after that sally out getting over 400 kills. That's pretty brutal. Then if we take a look at Dale, we can see the archers, 300 kills on the bardings. That is brutal. And the cavalry doing pretty decent as well. Over on the orc side of things, we have some of their Uruk bowmen, over 100 kills. An Uruk warrior unit, almost 200 kills, which isn't bad. Oh, and these Uruk Throng, over 400. That's very impressive. And then finally, yeah, the Isengard berserkers, over 200 kills on both of them, doing a serious amount of damage. That is brutal. And I'm so glad as well we got to see what the sappers can do as well. That was really fun to see. So if you guys enjoyed this, obviously drop a like and a comment down below. Let me know you want to see more custom scenarios like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.